Joe Hopkins here, and today I'm doing my top 10 favorite musicals. Now that's like musical movie kind of things, and most of these were stage productions, right? Hey, gonna have a drink. You want a beer? Have a beer with me. Go get a beer, go to the fridge, get one. We'll drink it together. Cheers. I got hams. All right, so anyway, most of these were at one point or another stage productions. Fairly obvious. I mean, musicals, musicals, stage productions, they started out on stage as musical stuff. Most of them, right? The majority of them. Let me start here with number 10. Some of these are going to be a little controversial. Number 10, The Greatest Showman. That's a newer one. It might be the newest one on this list, I do believe. A lot of these are older. That's the newest one on the list. And I'm putting it on there because, well, the music in that was really good. I don't know if everybody agrees with me on that or how many of you have seen it, but you should see it. And even if you're not that big on the movie, I thought the movie was okay, right? But the music was great. It really, really was, So that's my number 10. Let's go to number 9, The Sound of Music, right? This is the first Rodgers and Hammerstein on here. There'll be, it might be more, but The Sound of Music. We all remember The Sound of Music, right? The movie, a deer, it was a doe, a deer, a female deer. Yeah, I love that movie. I love the music from it. Rodgers and Hammerstein wrote a lot of really good music. So did Rodgers and Hart. I'm afraid I don't have any Soundheim or anything like that on here, but I do have Rodgers and Hammerstein. I particularly like those guys, and The Sound of Music was a great, great movie. It was a great stage production, the whole thing. That was really, really good stuff. The next one, the rock opera, Tommy by The Who, right? I don't know. It was kind of the plot was a little dumb, but the music is great. And that's what you go to a musical for, is for the music. As long as it carries the music, right? Some of these movies, I really like the movie. Some of them, I just like the music, but it makes a great musical. And Tommy was great. The Who is great. I mean, how can you go wrong with The Who, right? Yeah. My next one, number 7, one of my favorites since I was a kid. Great music. The movie was okay. That's Heavy Metal. Remember Heavy Metal, the cartoon there? Yeah, the title track, Sammy Hagar, Want It, Heavy Metal. Yeah, that's good stuff. Great soundtrack. The soundtrack to that was freaking amazing. That when I was like a teenager, especially like early teenager, 12, 13, I found Heavy Metal magazine. I kind of discovered that, and damn, that's cool stuff for a 12-year-old. You're like, whoa, this is amazing. And the movie, when I finally got to see the movie, I was like, dude. Okay. Next one, number 6. Another Rodgers and Hammerstein, South Pacific. I know, rock and roll dude actually likes, show tunes, right? Well, it's not show tunes, but musicals. Yeah, man, South Pacific, maybe it's just nostalgia. Maybe it's because I grew up with that. Like with The Sound of Music, it's something from my childhood. Gonna wash that man right out of my hair. Yeah, right? But it was really good. It was based on James Michener's Tales of the South Pacific, and then Rodgers and Hammerstein put it to music, put songs in it and all that. Tales of the South Pacific was a great book. I read the book. It was a great book. South Pacific was an amazing musical. I loved the movie. I loved the songs. Actually, it was one I really, really appreciated a lot, you know? Ooh, yeah. If you want to learn songwriting, Rodgers and Hammerstein, you could do a lot worse, you know? Let's go to number 5. Number 5. That's right, baby. What do I got here? Rock of Ages, right? Started out as a stage production, and then they did a movie with, what was it? Alec Baldwin was in it, and Tom Cruise, I think. Rock of Ages, I thought it was fun. You know what I mean? They did a lot of popular rock songs, like a real homage to the 70s, 80s rock scene. And I really liked it. I always thought it was really, really cool, you know? And yeah, Rock of Ages, it's worth seeing. If you haven't seen it, it's worth checking out, you know? Plus, there's some girls in there, ain't too bad to look at, you know? I don't remember the names of all the actors and actresses, but I know I really liked it. I thought it was really good stuff. All right, number 4, and this is the one, because we're getting up there near the top. They're my favorites, right? And this is one people might argue with, but I don't care. And that's Popeye, the movie with Robin Williams. And a lot of you, especially younger ones, might not have seen it, might not remember it. For some reason, it was a flop, I think. Like, people really thought it was crap. I don't get why. I mean, I loved it. I had the soundtrack on record, okay? And I thought the music from it was amazing. I still find inspiration from it. I thought it was really, really good stuff, and I still do. I don't think it's just nostalgia either. It's legitimately, I really like the music. I thought it was solidly really, really good, and like I said, I still like it. I love the music from Popeye. That's a soundtrack that is worth owning. Let's see here. Number 3, Little Shop of Horrors. Yeah. How can you go wrong with that? You know, whether it's the stage production, which I've seen a couple times. I've seen, you know, various groups put on the stage production, or the movie with Rick Moranis. It was great. It was, you know, Steve Martin as the dentist. That was good stuff, right? To be a dentist, yeah, you know, good stuff. That I loved Little Shop of Horrors, campy old time rock and roll kind of stuff. Really, really good stuff. And I don't think too many people argue with that one. How can you? Number 2. And this is one that, you know, it's that time of year. The Nightmare Before Christmas, right? For some reason, Tim Burton's name is on it, even though I'm pretty sure that was like a Danny Elfman project more than anything else. But Danny Elfman wrote the music, and it's amazing. The whole thing was built around the songs he wrote, the whole storyline and all. And I believe Danny Elfman was the singing voice of Jack, but when he tried to do the speaking voice, like, it wasn't working. Ooh, they got a different voice actor to do Jack's speaking, but Danny Elfman is Jack singing. And it's just some of the best modern gothic kind of stuff, you know, really, really good music. I love the music in that. You know, I love the movie, but the music, if it weren't for the music, it wouldn't be that good. Great, great songs. They did a Nightmare Before Christmas album a number of years ago where they have various people, you know, covering stuff like Fall Out Boy and Fiona Apple. Fiona Apple did Sally's song, and it was great, but it's still not as good as the original Sally song, which I don't think a lot of people know this. The woman that played the mom in Home Alone, right, played Kevin's mom, was the voice of Sally. And they wanted her to sing, and she's like, well, I'm not really a singer. And if you listen to it, you can tell, but that she's not like, singing isn't her thing. Like, she's not bad, but I always thought the performance in the singing was great. Sally doesn't sound like a polished singer. She sounds unsure of herself because she is. The character is, and the singing comes off as a little unsteady. And I always liked that. I appreciated it. And I always thought that Sally's song, the original one, was just amazing. Just amazing. The way the emotion comes through was perfection. But the songs in that movie were absolutely great. Now, number one, for me, these are my top picks, right? Oh, make sure that doesn't cut off on me. I think the computer is going to... Nope, it's still going. Okay. Number one, the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Because it's the Rocky Horror Picture Show. If you don't like the music from that, man, fuck you. Absolutely my favorite musical of all time. It has to be. I still love the movie. I've been to see it. I've gone to see it on their like midnight showings. I used to have it on VHS, for God's sake. It's one of the first ones when I joined that Columbia House Video Club. You remember they had the music club and they had the video club? Well, I joined the video club, and that's one of the first things I bought. I bought that and The Godfather, because yeah, they're great. Rocky Horror Picture Show. Great movie, great music. Now, I know that's not as comprehensive a list as it could be. I'm just picking my top 10, my favorite 10. There are some that didn't make the list. I love The Wall by Pink Floyd. I love Superfly. Curtis Mayfield, great soundtrack. Terrible movie, great soundtrack. And a lot of others. But I had to pick 10, and those are the 10 I picked. And, leave a comment below. Tell me what you think of my picks. Tell me what you would have picked. What's your favorite musical? And by musical, I don't mean just a movie with music. I mean a movie where the music carries the plot and all that kind of stuff. Like the 10 I picked, actual musicals. Because a lot of movies have music, but aren't really musicals. Grease, there's another good one. Not one of my top 10, but definitely, probably if I was doing top 20, some of those others would have made it, or even top 15. But anyway, there we go. Yeah, my top 10 favorite musicals. Subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, hit that, there's a bell, or what does the bell do anyway? Is it like the Taco Bell? Bong, Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Finished my beer. Did you finish yours? And I'll see you all in the next video. I love you guys. Peace out, baby. Bye-bye.